So what's up guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to make a fully functional highlighted navigation menu. So this is really cool actually. So in this menu, whenever you will scroll, according to your scroll, we will highlight the navigation menu item. So if you are in the about section, the about menu item will be highlighted. So this will be really awesome and we will do it with a little bit of JavaScript. So let's actually show you what we are going to make here. So here if you can see that this is our page and we are now in our home section. If I scroll down and go to my about, so if you saw that the about section here and the about menu item is now fully highlighted here, and if I scroll down more, the contact is highlighted because we are in the contact section, and if I scroll more, now we are in the footer section. And if I scroll back to the home, now you can see that the home is highlighted. So if you can see that it is actually fully functional highlighted navigation menu, and we are going to make it in this video. So before we start the video, I want to mention that if you want to follow us on our Instagram, you can do that. The handle is instagram.com/web_CIFAR. So if you follow us, you will get some interesting tips and tricks about web design and development. Maybe that will be helpful for you. And also, if you face any kind of problem with this tutorial, you can join our community group. The link will be in the description. We have a great number of community members and which is growing day by day. So join the group, the link will be description, all the link will be in the description. So with that saying, let's roll the intro. So here as you can see that this is the HTML file, and also we have empty JavaScript and also empty CSS file as you can see. So first of all, let's create a boilerplate with the exclamation sign, and you will get this boilerplate here. And first of all, inside of my body I will have a nav, and here I will have a D with the class of container, and here I will have a UL, and inside that I will have a li, and with the li I will have an anchor tag which will be our navigation item. So first of all, I will have as a death link, and here I will say that home. So let's get more navigation link here, so about, and I will just say that content or contact, I think footer. So these are the simple navigation link that we have here, and after that I will have some section according to this navigation. So here after the nav, let's have some section, and inside the section we'll have an ID. So for the first one we will say that home, and here let's have a text with a h1, and let's say that home. So these will be similar for the about, so I just can say that about, and here I will just say that about, and similar for the contact and also the footer. Basically those are the section of the website or the web page as you can see. So let's have some style for this. Link our CSS here, and here in our CSS, first of all, let's say that I want to have my font. So I already selected the font here, so let me copy and paste it. So you can just go to the fonts.google.com and you can get your own font, so whatever you like. So I just grabbed Roboto Mono fonts here, so just use it. So before that, let's actually grab the universal selector and say that padding will be 0 and margin will be 0, and let's say that box sizing will be the border box. And as you can see that we don't have any extra gap anymore. And after that, in our HTML, let's apply the font here, and let's say that font family that I want is the Roboto Mono. And if I save now, as you can see that the font is already changed here. So after that, let's say that font size that we have will be 24 pixel, and scroll behavior will be smooth. And if I save now, you can see that that's our font and everything is looking fine. I think the last one means this one will have a capital F. So great, it's looking perfect. And after that, let's come to our section here. So section, and for each section I will say that the height will be 100 VH and the width will be 100%. And after that, let's say that the background color will be gray, and let's say that align items, let's make it center, and let's say that inside that, if I save now, as you can see that everyone is now 100 VH. And now what I need, actually I need to make this text, means any of the content inside this section, I want it in the center. So for that, what I can do, I just can say that display flex and align items center, and justify content will be in the center. So this will make everything center, as you can see. And finally, we just need to give a separate color to each of our sections. So just grab the section name with the ID, so home. So this time for the first one we will use royal blue, and for our what is the next, about, I will just say that background color will be aquamarine or something like that, and let's say that footer and background color will be crimson. So if I save now, as you can see that we have separate color for each of our section, and it's fine. So after that, let's go back to our this navigation and give some style. So nav, for the nav I will say that position will be the sticky, so I want it a sticky navigation. So top will be 0, so that means it will be sticky in the top. So after that, background color will be white, and finally the nav container here. And now let's say that the width will be, I want to have it 90%, and the max width that we will allow 1000 pixel, and let's say that margin 0 auto. So what it will do, it will keep everything center, and it will allow 1000 pixel, and if we go more than 1000 pixel, it will actually stick with 1000 pixel and keep all the content inside of it. And after that, let's go to the text align and make it center, and padding 10 pixel, and if I save now, you can see that everything is now in center and looking good. So finally, in the nav container ul li, the list item, I want it as a elem block, so everything will be side by side, as you can see. And also let's say that I don't wanna have any kind of list style here, so list style will be none, and if I save now, it's looking perfect. And let's go to our anchor tag here. So nav container ul li a, and display will be something like elem block, because we wanna have some height and width elem block here. And here let's say that you know what, instead of height and width I will use padding, so 10 pixel and 20 pixel. Yeah, looking good. And finally, what I need, actually I need the color, so the color will be black, and also let's say the text decoration will be none. If I save now, looking perfect, this text, as you can see here. And also let's say that whenever we'll have an active menu, what I want to do, so for the active menu I'll change the background color of the menu item. So let's say that nav container and ul li. So here for the active list item, so list item with a class of active. So for now we don't have any kind of active class, so let's give it an active class. So here let's say that I want to have active home, so let's manually give the class active here, and let's see what it will be in our CSS. So let's make it background color red, or you can say crimson, something like that. And if I save now, you can see that only the active one have a background color of crimson, because only the active class means this one, the first list item. So we will actually manage this active class by our JavaScript. So also let's say that I want to have a transition here. So transition will be 0.3 second is, and background color means whenever the background color will change, it will have this transition. And finally, let's say that whenever we will have a active list item, also what I want to do, I want to change the anchor tag color. So color will be white. And if I save now, you can see that only for the active navigation item have the color of white and background crimson. So that's it for our CSS, and let's remove the class here and save it. And let's go to our JavaScript, and before that, here let's link the JavaScript. So here we just linked our main.js, and here in our main.js, first of all we need to get all the section. So constant sections equals to document.querySelector all, because we have multiple section here. So I will have all the section with the section tag, and after that let's actually say that the nav list, so all the navigation item here, sorry, navigation list item, and let's actually grab them. So document.querySelector all, because we have multiple items here, so we can just grab it with the nav. So we just can say that inside the nav I have a container, and inside that I have ul and li. I need all the li. So perfect, and it's time for our event listener. So I want a highlighted navigation menu here. So what I can do, whenever I will scroll, I can actually keep track where we are now in our scroll. So based on this scroll, we can actually highlight our navigation item here. So for that, we need to add an event listener on our scroll. So whenever we will scroll, we can do our work. Let's say that window.add event listener, and here will be the type scroll. So whenever we will scroll, what we will do, we will actually run this function. So inside of this function, first of all, let's actually get our current section. So let current. So for the initial state, we will not have any kind of current section. And after that, let's actually loop through all the sections here. So sections dot for each, and here for each section, I just can say that. So inside this loop, we need the section top for each of our section. So here what we can do, actually we can, for example, let's say that this is the about section, and you can see that the top part of the about section is here, and we need the amount, means how far it is from the page top to this section top, means about section top. So it will calculate from the page top to this about section top, and it will keep tracking for each of our section. So we will have the section top for each of our section. So let's say that constant section top equals to, so section dot offset top. So these will actually calculate from the page top, means 0 to how far it is from the page top, I mean. So it will be different for each of our section, as you can see, and actually we can console log it, so that I can show you console log the section top. And if I save, and here let's actually open the console, and if I scroll, now you can see that we have different value. So 72 is for our home, this one is for our about, this one is for our contact, and this one is for our footer. So all these value is getting dynamically with the JavaScript. We are not hard coding this, because maybe in future your section may have different kind of height and width, so it will be all dynamic, so we don't need to worry. So it will calculate all the section top for you, and after that, now based on this number, we can actually say where we are now. So if I scroll more than this, now we can say that we are in the about section, and now we can highlight the about navigation item. So for that, also what I need, actually I need to get the section height. So how much the height of a section. So it is easy to get, so we can just set that section height equals to section dot client height. So client height, yeah, this one. So it will get the height. So now we need to understand the page Y offset, means how much we are scrolled here. So to understand that, in our window.event listener, we can actually console log it. So console.log page Y offset means how much we already scrolled. So if I save and open my inspect and console, so here if I scroll, now you can see that we are actually scrolled 204, and if I go further, now you can see that the number is increasing, and if I go top, so now you can see that the number is decreasing and eventually it is 0, means we are in the top. So this is the page Y offset, which means how much we already scrolled here. So with this page Y scroll, now we can actually say where we are now. So I just can say that page Y offset, if our page Y offset is bigger than our section top, I just can say that current. So current, this one right now it is empty. Now I just can say that the current will be section dot get attribute. So we will actually get the attribute. So if you notice that every section we have an ID, so we just can get the ID. So here I just can say the ID and it will get the ID. Now we can console log it and we can see. So here after this for each loop, you can just console.log the current, and if I save and open my console once more, and if I scroll, now you can see that now for the first time it is empty because we are in the top. Now whenever we scroll down a little bit, now we are in the home, and if I scroll down more, now you can see that now we are in the about. If I scroll down more, we are in now contact, and finally if you can see that it is not saying the footer, because for getting the console log, means getting this current section, we need to actually go more than section top. So to actually get the footer one, we can also say that equal, so greater than equal. So if I save now and scroll down, now you can see that we also getting the footer, means whenever we scrolled equal to our section top, means footer section top, we will also have the current. So now you can see that we are getting the ID for our section. So with that ID, now we can actually have our highlighted navigation. So here first of all, let's say that navli dot for each, and for each list item I need to remove the active class first. So here let's say that li dot class list dot remove, and I want to remove the active one. So now we are removing active class. So if previously anyone have the active class, we first remove that, and after that we need to check the class name with our this current. So here let's say that li dot class list dot contains, so if the class list contains the active, sorry, not the active, if the class list contain the current, means the current section, means, so if you can see here in our index, so everyone here, oh, we don't have the class yet. So what I need, actually I need to have a class for each of our list item here. So let's have the class here. So class will be the home, so it should be exact same as our this ID. So you can see that this is the class home and here is the ID home. So you need to make sure that it's matching. So after that we have about, and here we have the class of contact. So instead of having class and ID, you can also use data attribute if you want. Also let's say that footer, and save it. So now you can see that we have all the class here. So whenever we will have the current about this one, Now we can actually check which one have the about class, and we can see that this one have the about class. And now we can change the class list, or we can actually add a class list which is active. So let's do it here, and let's say that whenever we will get the list item which have the current class, means this current class, say that list dot add active. And if I save, now if I scroll down, now you can see that the first one, this home, is now activated, and now you can see that it is home. And if I go furthermore, you can see that this is about, and this is the contact, and this is the footer. So now you can see that we have the full highlighted, you can see navigation here. And also let's also get the link here. So this will be the home, about section, and contact section, and finally the footer section here. If I save, now we can also click that. Now you can see that it is contact and footer. So now you can see that it's looking good. So the problem is, now if I scroll here, as you can see that now it is in the home, but I almost scroll the home section. Now I am almost in the about section, but still my home is highlighted, because for this logic, as you can see that according to this logic, I need to actually scroll similar amount of this section top, means I need to scroll to more than this section top or equal to this section top, means I need to scroll this amount. So we can actually change that if you want. So let's actually change that. If I scroll 1/3 of this whole section, I will actually change the class list, or I will change the current. So to do that, it is really simple. For that, we already get the section height here, as you can see. So now what I can do, so first of all, let's wrap this section top with the parenthesis here, and after that I just can say that minus section height divided by 3. And if I save, now if you notice, whenever I will scroll 1/3, and now you can see that now we are in the about, we don't need to scroll the full amount of section, as you can see. So you can actually play around with this logic and come out where you wanna change the current of our scroll. So it's looking good, perfect, everything is looking great. So the problem is, for the first time, whenever we'll come to this home page, now you can see that it is not highlighted. So to fix that, we can actually have a default active. So in our list item, we just can manually put active to the default one, means the home section. So you can see that this is the home navigation item, and we just manually put this active class here. If we save, now we have this active class in our home, but whenever we'll scroll, it will be changed here according to our scroll. So that's it. As you can see that we have full functional highlighted navigation menu here, and I hope it will be helpful for you. That's it, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Also, if you want to watch more video like this one, please subscribe the channel, and also turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I will upload my next video. So my name is Arfan, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, Khuda Hafiz.